Welcome back, deep divers. Get ready to explore a world that's, well, kind of smaller than a thimble.
Yeah, that's right. We're going small, like really small.
Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the pygmy shrew,
A tiny but mighty mammal.
right? A true titan, despite its size. And to guide our exploration, we'll be using excerpts from pasted text.
Specifically a section titled The Pygmy Shrew, Sorex minutus, a tiny but mighty mammal.
Yeah, it really rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? So let's start with the basics.
The pygmy shrew is considered one of the smallest mammals on Earth.
Whoa, hold on. How small are we talking? Like, could it fit in a teaspoon?
Well, maybe not in a teaspoon, but definitely smaller than your thumb.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, on average, they're about 4 to 6 centimeters long.
That's incredibly tiny. I mean, can you even imagine something that small having a significant impact on anything?
Oh, absolutely. Their size is actually a key to their ecological role.
Interesting. How so?
Think about it. They can access spaces and food sources that larger animals simply can't.
Right, right. I never thought about it that way.
It makes them a crucial, yet often overlooked, link in the food chain.
Like tiny little ninjas working behind the scenes to keep the ecosystem in balance.
Exactly. They're constantly on the move, fueled by an incredibly fast metabolism.
Our source mentioned that, yeah, what's the deal with that? Do they, like, never stop eating?
Pretty much. They need to eat almost their own weight in food every single day.
No way. That's a lot of pressure to constantly find food.
It is, and they have a very specific diet. Insects, spiders, worms, larvae, you name it.
So they're like tiny little insectivores. But how do they even find all that food? Especially considering, well, their size.
Their eyesight isn't their strongest asset, but they've got other senses that more than make up for it.
Like what? Superior hearing.
Well, their hearing is decent, but their sense of smell and touch are incredible.
Ah, I see. So they use those senses to find their prey.
Precisely. They use their sensitive snouts to probe through leaf litter and undergrowth.
So they have built-in metal detectors for finding bugs. I've got to ask, are they picky about where they live? I mean, with such specific dietary needs.
You'd think so, right? But they're surprisingly adaptable.
Really?
Yep. Woodlands, pastlands, heathlands, even wetlands, they're found all over Europe.
Wow, they get around.
As long as there's enough dense ground vegetation for cover and plenty of insects to munch on, they're happy campers.
So from Ireland to Scandinavia, even parts of Russia and Asia, they're quite the little adventurers.
They are, but don't let their small size fool you. They're not exactly social butterflies.
Oh, so they're not the type to throw a little shrew party,
Not really. They're actually solitary and fiercely territorial.
each shrew for themselves, huh?
Pretty much. They're active both day and night, always on the lookout for food and defending their turf.
Always in go mode. It makes you wonder if that contributes to their short lifespan, which I think our source mentioned was
12 to 18 months, yeah.
a life lived in the fast lane. I mean, that's incredible considering how much they pack into such a short time.
It really is. But we haven't even touched on the most crucial part, their ecological role.
Right, because as we all know, every creature plays a part, no matter how small.
And the pygmy crew is no exception. They might be tiny, but they have a huge impact on the environment.
All right, lay it on me. What makes these little guys so important?
Remember all those insects they eat? By preying on invertebrates, they act as natural pest control, helping to maintain a healthy balance in the ecosystem.
Oh, I see. So they're like tiny little guardians of the garden.
Exactly. And not just gardens, but forests, grasslands, and all sorts of habitats.
Amazing. And I bet they're a tasty snack for larger predators, right?
You got it. They're an important food source for owls, weasels, snakes, and other carnivores.
So they're not just controlling pests, but also keeping those larger predators fed. Talk about a vital role.
They're like a tiny engine powering a big machine.
It's incredible, isn't it? These tiny creatures we rarely see are working tirelessly behind the scenes, keeping things in check.
It makes you think, doesn't it?
It really does. It makes you realize just how interconnected everything is in nature.
And how even small changes can have ripple effects.
Exactly. Like what happens to the pygmy shrew if insect populations decline due to, say, pesticide use?
That's a great question, and it highlights how crucial it is to understand the impact of human actions on even the smallest creatures.
Because their survival is linked to ours, in a
They're all
way.
connected.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive. Who knew such a tiny creature could be so mighty?
I know, right? It's a reminder that size isn't everything.
And that we should never underestimate the importance of even the smallest creatures.
Absolutely. They all play a role.
Well said. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of the pygmy shrew, everyone. Until next time, keep exploring.
And remember, sometimes the smallest things can have the biggest impact.
See you on our next deep dive.